All right, guys, welcome, welcome. So glad everybody is here. Today or tonight, depending on where you are at, we are talking to our international peeps. In particular, we are going to be focusing on some products that are actually new to South Africa, but in most of our international locations, it is available, as well as here in the US. So we're glad everybody's here. And I will first start off by introducing myself. So it'll be me and Miss Lydia. So you get to hear from us. And for me, I'll just kind of start with my story. I have always kind of been a sickly child, different issues, health challenges, and things going on. But I really started paying more attention to things when my son came along. So with my son, I was on bed rest with him for 5 months. I had a pretty rough pregnancy, delivery, all of the things, which was super polar opposite than my daughter, who is 10. Like with my daughter, I'm like, what are people talking about? Pregnancy is amazing and all things are great. And like kids just pop out. But like that is not at all how it was with Dayton. And so I started really challenging some of the things, especially like with my pediatrician, because it just was like, put him on breathing treatments, give him this cream. That's just the way he is. That's how he's gonna have to live. That's just his life. That's what it is. And for me, that kind of bothered me because I'm like, well, one, not that I'm anti-medicine, but I would ask his pediatrician, like, well, is there things I can do with my diet that would help? Is there things that I could do otherwise that would help? No, just take the stuff and, that's it. And so I did my own research. I do feel very strongly that we should advocate with our doctors, and really that both holistic medicine and traditional medicine can actually marry and work in harmony together. And so that's really what I end up doing. I started advocating for myself, advocating for my health and my son's. We changed our diet, we changed our environment. That was a huge part, changing our environment. So because my son was asthmatic, I got rid of anything that was linked to asthma. So whether that was candles, which I cried when I had to let my candles go, because there's something very, for me, soothing about like just seeing like fire burning and stuff. But what I read was it affects an asthmatic person. Okay. So anything that would affect him, I took out. So we changed what we were cleaning our homes with. We changed pretty much our entire environment. So at the time I was cleaning with like vinegar and lemons and all types of things. And around that time, that's when my sister introduced me to Young Living as a company. And I was very skeptical because I was already using oils. So oils was already a part of my life, part of, my journey, and all of the things. So when she told me, here's a bottle of lavender, and I saw the price tag, I'm like, oh, what are you smoking? And where did these people come from? And so because I'm a researcher by nature, I investigated and I looked things up. And I actually was hurt by some of the companies that I was using because I reached out to them and I was like, where are your farms? Where do you get these oils from? And most of them, I still to this day have some that never even responded back to me. Others, just said, well, we're bottlers. We don't know where the oils come from. And they were pretty transparent about that. And so that kind of leads me to a lot of people will ask then, what is the difference between Young Living essential oils and maybe oils that even I can maybe grow on my own? And really, it's the seed to seal and their sourcing practices that makes them so different. So any and everybody that's on here, especially if this is your first time, please look up seed2seal.com, seed2seal.com, because that really helps highlight the power of what Young Living goes through to ensure that we have the purest and oils and purest products that are on the market. Young Living has been around for over 25 years, but the research that Young Living has used as a company really stems back even over 35 years, because the founder of Young Living, he is now passed, but Gary Young, he was looking for healing for himself, and he was looking for healing for his family. And really the oils are the missing key, that missing piece to some of those things. So it does not negate having a healthy lifestyle, eating well, exercising and doing some of those things, but it just marries very beautifully with all of that. So whether it's my hair, whether it's my skin, whether it's how we cook, we use and incorporate essential oils in all aspects of our lives. And it truly, truly has even been a financial blessing for our families. And so that's something that I know I'm passionate about, Lydia's passionate about as well, because we want to share that with our communities, and we want to share that with others as well. So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Lydia, and she's going to go ahead and tell a little bit about her story and her journey.
Thanks so much, Dana. And every time you tell your story, I was going, man, I mean, it's so crazy how there's all those different little pieces along the way that make you realize just how much of a difference small changes can make. And we can easily take for granted the things that we've grown up with and just thought, well, I guess this is normal, so this is just what I do. So a little bit about me, and then getting into our Young Living story. So I come from a family of nurses. So both of my parents are in nursing. And so I grew up with a physician's desk reference. I grew up with knowing about different medications and prescriptions and how all those work. And I grew up in that environment thinking that that was a primary means of taking care of yourself. We did do some pretty healthy eating, but it wasn't until I got into college and then graduated and realized I'm on my own. My kitchen is a fresh slate. I can do whatever I want. And then decided that I was going to go into something more plant-based. I was going to start reading labels, and what I found just blew my mind. And so from there, it was just this continuing quest of doing well for my body and for my health. So fast forward to getting married, and I bring my husband along with me in the journey, and he actually in some cases is a better label reader than I am. And he does a phenomenal job with that. And so we were both on the same page with having a healthy home, and all we thought of in terms of having a healthy home was what we were putting in our bodies, not what we were putting on our bodies. So when we were expecting our daughter, we're starting to look at a few different things that all culminated together. So I'll just point out two that were really, really significant. One was realizing that a lot of the things that we had been exposed to as kids was very different from what children now are exposed to. The expectations in terms of how healthy they're supposed to be, what kinds of medicines you would expect them to be taking, and allergies, all the rest of it is very drastically different. So it made us pause and ask why. And we're realizing that chemical exposure was a huge part of that. So we made the decision that we're going to be really conscientious about what kind of things we expose her to. So how can we advocate for ourselves and do more preventative measures up front. So that was the first piece. The second was at the time I found out that I was pregnant, I was seeing an esthetician. She was amazing. And we were going through this process of just getting my skin into a really beautiful, awesome state. And so I told her in the midst of my excitement of, yeah, I just found out that we are pregnant. We're expecting our first. And she said, I'm so glad you told me, because there are different items for your skincare that I put on your prescription list of things for you to use that now you don't want to use. So I think the big one, you can correct me on this, Dana, retinol was a big one. That retinol is one that you use on your skin, has the ability to transfer over into your baby and create some damaging effects to your baby. So my first thought was, wow, that was not the response I was expecting to get from, I'm pregnant. Okay, now don't use this. okay. And second was, I never would have thought ever in my life that what I put on my face would affect my baby. It didn't make sense to me. And so realizing, wow, this rabbit hole, if you will, is a lot deeper than I thought. This isn't just about how healthy I'm eating. It's not just about the chemical exposure in terms of products that I'm using to clean my house, because we expect that a little bit, right? But it's even things that I'm putting on my skin that I have to now be thinking about. And so from there, when Young Living came into the picture for us, it was realizing how this was such a great full spectrum picture of transforming our home. It meant not just simply having oils, which are amazing in terms of dealing with skin and having it for emotions and having a nice way to freshen your home, but it also meant having personal care products. So now I know that I can use things on my body and my skin that aren't going to hurt me or hurt my children. It means I can use things internally to help detox and cleanse. We'll talk about that a little bit with the different kits today. And then it also means just the way that I clean my home. Again, that chemical exposure that we can sometimes realize, but once we really take a hard look at it, it's mind-boggling just how much we expose ourselves to and how much we expose our children to daily. So once all those pieces came into play, how can I not talk about it? How can I not let other people know that, yes, I know it seems really overwhelming, but honestly, we're just going to take baby steps. Start somewhere and just do it step by step by step. And the great thing with Young Living is that they create kits to do just that. So you can start with this one kit, work on this area, next kit, work on this area, and just transform your life. So cannot wait to hop in and actually talk about what some of those great transforming products are.
That's awesome. Thank you, Lydia. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I just want to show everybody some of what we're going to talk about this evening. The kits, these particular kits that I'm going to show everyone, it is accustomed to the South African market, but understand that the products that we talk about, depending on where you are internationally, there's going to be the same products. And so there's going to be some kit that's going to be comparable or similar. So even when you see the price, know that the price might vary because this is going to be in rands. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Am I frozen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, because I can't see you guys. So this is the first, the virtual enrollment kit. This is called the self-care kit. So this one comes at a 50 PV. So you get the charcoal bar soap, the whitening toothpaste, lavender lip balm, lavender oil, and tea tree. And so this one is valued at 960 rands, but it's only 726 rands. So this is a nice way to get started. Again, this is in the South African market, but all of these products are also available internationally in some of our other markets. And this right now is what their premium starter kit with the diffuser and the oils looks like. So you get RC, lavender, peppermint, thieves, white angelica, tea tree, lemon, orange, and citronella. You also get one of the thieves cleansing bar soaps and a diffuser. So diffusing is so important when it comes to your environment. Our diffusers act also as humidifiers and oxygenators. So I always liken it to if you are familiar with like maybe plants. Maybe you're a plant person and you have indoor home plants. Well, the purpose of having indoor home plants really is because it oxygenates your air. It's going to cleanse and clean out some of the just normal toxins that we're constantly exposed to. So when you have diffusers throughout your home, it's going to do a similar thing to help oxygenate your air and to minimize any of the toxins that you and your family might be exposed to. So another one of the kits, enrollment kits, is the Ninja Red. So Ninja Red, we'll talk a little deeper about the power of this superfruit juice. But in this kit, you get 30 sachets. You also do get some oils. You get lavender, lemon, and peppermint. And you can see separately how they retail and how it's much of a savings when you get it in the kit. And then they have the hygiene enrollment kit. I think especially this time, many people are thinking more about sanitation and cleanliness. And so it comes with a branded Young Living face mask. It comes with a small Travel Thieves hand sanitizer, as well as a big bottle of that hand sanitizer, some of the Thieves hand soap, the Thieves spray as well. So I'll stop sharing my screen because that is going to be it for our kits. But what I want to do is just take a moment and talk just a little bit more about some of those products that are in those kits and how we can use and utilize them. So I'm going to start off, and I wanted to talk just a little bit about some of those oils. So one of the oils that you get in the kits is lavender. So many people are familiar with lavender, the benefits of lavender, the power of lavender. So this is a great relaxing oil. It's also super grounding when it comes to the body. A lot of people will use this at nighttime to go to sleep. We also use lavender seasonally. So maybe you are one that when the season changes, you may get a little congested, you may get a little stuffy. Lavender relaxes your sinus areas just the way it does for your body to relax you to sleep and to help keep those things at bay. So we keep lavender on hand. Also with my little one, if he gets some scratches, some bruises, we love having lavender on hand. So another oil that I wanted to talk about is lemon. So you'll see the one we have here is the Vitality. So here in the US, the oils are labeled and can be taken internally. Different country regulations have different laws when it comes to ingesting oils. So right now in South Africa, they do not have clearance to advertise that they can be taken internally, but understand the same oil that we're taking here in the US that is marked internally is the same oil you're getting in South Africa, the same oil you're getting in the UK. It's the same exact oil. Okay, so lemon is a great oil. I call it kind of like happy in the bottle. It's great to pick you up, a great mood booster. If you want to maybe in the atmosphere, if you have either a shop that you work out of or in your home that you're working out of, lemon is a great one to start the day, to get some refreshing going on and to just kind of help with those things. And then, I don't know if I have the bottle, but I wanted to talk about tea tree as well. So tea tree is another great oil to have on hand. I love this for my skincare. So even at my age, especially hormonally, I'll get breakouts and things going on. I love to have tea tree to put that in for my skincare. I love it even in my hair. So that's another one that's super stimulating to the scalp. Sometimes in the cold months, I'll find that I have more drying going on. Tea tree is going to be an excellent one to cleanse with. You can add just a drop or two into your shampoos. I actually do a lot of apple cider vinegar rinses instead of shampooing. And I'll add tea tree. I'll actually add tea tree and lavender to really help with some of those things. With that, Miss Lydia, can you tell us a little bit more about Thieves and Ninja Red?
You got it. My pleasure. So just a little bit of background on thieves, if it sounds like a strange name. So thieves is relating back to, I guess it was during the time of the Black Plague. So think about 14th century. In Europe, there was a collection of merchants who had had experience with using different spices, and they found that they were helpful from helping the body to not get sick. They didn't realize that, immune system and the rest of it. They just knew that they used it and it worked. Don't blame them, right? So from there, the folklore has it that there is a different combination of spices that they were able to use to rub on themselves, to be able to go into these cities or go even into homes with people who were not well, who were dead and dying, and then they were able to plunder those homes. Hence, they were thieves, and that's where the name comes from. So what's really cool about thieves is that you don't have to be a thief to use it, but also the fact that we're making use of those same great botanicals in the form of essential oils. So when Gary Young found the research on it, found some of the writings, did some of his own paired research, and created the Thieves Blend, he saw how it had great expansive use throughout our home. So with that Thieves Starter Kit, you're getting a sense of the different basic ways, but there's a whole beautiful collection connected to it. So first is a hand sanitizer. So the bottle that I believe South Africa would get might look a little bit different, but it's still the same. So what's really cool about this is that this is hand sanitizer. So it is shown to kill 99.99% of germs. It does have aloe in it, so it's not going to be drying to your skin. A little goes a long way. And in terms of, if you're one who wants to know about all the percentages and things, ethyl alcohol that's in here is above and beyond what's expected with regards to having hand sanitizer. So you have all the really great, just basic properties of cleansing, but by adding in those essential oils, it's taking that cleansing to the next level. So absolutely love this, and have it as the larger bottle, which will refill the smaller bottles that are available in that kit. Next is the Thieves Spray. So the Thieves Spray is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so it's going to be that same oil blend, but now it's going to be in spray form. So if you're wanting to spray surfaces, if you're wanting to spray bathrooms when you have to go out and you just need to cleanse the space, you can do that. This is one that I love to keep on hand, even if I don't have a hand sanitizer, to be able to spray my hands clean. And it's also just a really great compact way to bring that cleansing property with you wherever you go. So absolutely love that it's in that form. Then there's also the Thieves hand soap. Now the cool thing with Thieves, and honestly with any of the personal care products that Young Living carries, is that a little goes a long way. Actually, it's true with everything I carry. A little goes a long way. So with a bottle of Thieves hand soap, you can use it as is, or if you want, you can break it up to be 2 bottles in one. It's just that concentrated. And so you're getting all of that great cleansing power of Thieves and getting it in such a way where you can use it with confidence, knowing that you're not using a lot of the different antibacterial soaps that are out there. Yes, it might sound good, but God has designed our bodies to have certain things in balance. And so this is going to help to protect and promote that balance. Anytime you're using an oil, it's working with your body. It's working for you. It's not trying to somehow mask over things. And it's going to help you to be your very best self. So you get that even from something as simple as the hand soap. So that is Thieves. Then with Ningxia, oh my goodness. So Dana already knows I am a huge Ningxia fan. So with Ningxia, with the sachets that are in that kit, this is actually a frozen one because that's where we keep them. So when we purchase our Ningxia Red, whether it's in the bottle form or in the packets, the packets always go into the freezer. They're a really great treat during the summertime. Things are probably a little bit cooler in South Africa in the Southern Hemisphere, but still it's just a really great way to have it on the run. I love to put these in my purse if I ever have to just hop off somewhere. The kids love it. It has a great, great flavor. And what's really cool about it is that it does have essential oils infused in it. So it is a superfoods puree that acts as an antioxidant for your body. So I'll break down those words real quick. So superfoods, meaning that they are foods that when our body receives them, it functions in multiple ways to help our bodies to be at its absolute best. So you can think superfoods make you a superhero. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, superfood, superhero. And then with antioxidant, think about when you have an apple, and when you cut an apple and you let it sit out, it's going to start to brown. That's oxidizing. It means it's been exposed to oxygen. It means it's starting to break down. It's just a natural process. What happens in our world, however, is that that natural process is heightened to crazy astronomical amounts by the things that we're breathing in the air, by what we're putting on our skin if we're not mindful, the food that we're eating if it's not super clean. And so all of that additional oxidizing is happening to our systems daily. So what Ningxia Red does as an antioxidant is it helps you combat that oxidative stress that's happening to your body. So many people, especially a lot of folk on my team, when they're using Ningxia Red, they know that they notice that they feel more energized. They notice that their body feels better to bounce back. And it's because of that cleansing process that's happening. So cannot recommend Ningxia Red enough. For our family, it is now a staple. We went through and did a full winter of Ningxia, and it was our first winter without anybody getting sick. I'm just cool. We're all about this. So cannot recommend it enough.
That's an excellent testimony. Definitely, definitely excellent testimony. Thank you so much, Lydia. Always love hearing you. You can tell you have that natural, she's a teacher, can't you? She's amazing. So with that, that's what we wanted to share with everybody this evening or morning, again, depending on where you are. We are so grateful that you have spent this time with us. If this is your first time experiencing Young Living, learning about Young Living, please get back with the person that invited you to this class. They'll help you get started, really figure out what is going to be the best plan of action for you. If you have been here before, as a reminder, we do these classes on Tuesdays around this time. So we would love to see you guys back next week. And we will continue with education, giving you resources and support so that you guys can continue to grow and to continue to help others learn as well. If there's specific topics that you guys want us to touch deeper on, let us know, because we customize these classes specifically for you guys. So with that, that's all I have. We will stick around and answer any questions that anyone has, but feel free if you need to be released, you can feel free to hop off. But if you want to hang around for the question and answer portion, we'll now go ahead and open that up for anybody that might have a question.